Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have a new look at the Wheel of Time thanks to this exclusive Egwene Nyneave teaser. So let's get into it.
Let us welcome you to the Women's Circle.
Told you.
Be strong, Egwene.
Told you.
Nyneave, she thinks I'll be able to listen to the wind if I work with her.
A woman must be strong, with the ability to give life and take it.
You don't listen to the wind, Egwene. It's the wind that listens to you.
You ready?
Nyneave.
Oh wow. That was awesome. I don't know why that felt the most just emotional one that I've seen so far. I think you can understand why that is. Some of the things that happen throughout that is just amazing. So yeah, let's go over that now. But before I do, if you're new around here, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as I always will bring you these right after they've hit and just give you my thoughts. And most of the time at the moment, I have a little bit of an inside knowledge since I've seen a lot of these scenes that have been showcased with these 30-second scenes. So yeah, let's get into it. So to begin with, we can quite clearly see, as I've said on many occasions with my London Comic Con exclusive scenes that I've saw, particularly with Egwene's Women's Circle initiation ceremony, we've now got, not that I needed it, but you guys can see I'm telling the truth, we've got confirmation that it was that. As you can see here, straight away it starts off with, "Let us welcome you to the Women's Circle." And actually throughout this clip, you see more of the scenes that I've described that happened with Egwene as she went on that journey that I saw in her circle initiation. Then the next shot we get is Nyneave now in the White Tower, which is really cool to see. We can definitely know that it's the White Tower because of all the scenes we've seen in the past with Moiraine and Lan when they're in there, especially when Moiraine is summoned in front of the Amelin seat that we see, because we believe something has obviously happened at that point in the first season, and she's kind of going to be scolded or told off for the events that had unfolded. And then yeah, this is pretty much just a continuation of what I've said before. We see her get thrown into the river, and then, like I've said before on many occasions, she kind of scrambles her way along the river. Then she becomes calm and serene in the river. So yeah, thrown straight in. And then this is brand new, and this is really cool because this is something we hadn't seen anything of, but now we've got a little bit of confirmation that they're going to explore certain aspects that perhaps we hadn't thought or seen, at least that they wouldn't, where they're talking about being able to listen to the wind. Now if you remember a few teasers ago, we saw a shot of Egwene and Nyneave in a on top of a bridge near a kind of stream of water. And everybody, including myself, thought that was kind of to do with listening to the wind. It just had that feel of what that was happening in that shot. And we've kind of got a little bit more confirmation that was indeed what was happening in there, thanks to obviously Egwene talking about how Nyneave believes she will be able to listen to the wind as well as herself. And there you go. There's that shot of the bridge I was talking about that is up next. It's a slightly different shot, but yeah, it's from that same scene, and I'm sure in this particular scene, Nyneave is explaining to Egwene about listening to the wind and what it entails and how you go about it. And so yeah, it's really cool to see. So what I'm taking away from this to begin with, and I've said this on many an occasion, when we are starting off the first episode, I think we're going to get quite a lot of character building in maybe the first half or not 3/4 of the episodes. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely confident in the fact we're going to see all these characters in their kind of work environment, shall we say, which I think is really cool to see. And we're going to get a bit of a character building right to begin with, so the general audience can start to gravitate towards the individuals that they are feeling the most towards before the big event of Winter Night happens, and then obviously that will be quite an impactful moment once it does. So that was new. So that's something I've never heard before. A woman must be strong with the ability to give life and take it. Now, I'm not too sure who is saying these lines. I would presume it's Nynaeve, but I could be wrong just based on the accent speaking there. But it's interesting just to hear that sort of thing and what they're trying to convey with that. I don't know whether that's sort of part of the women's circle initiation in terms of, well, not initiation, but being a wisdom, in fact, where you can, in a sense, give life, as in bringing newborns into the world, and also taking it perhaps in the sense of not being able to heal the wounded that wisdom would have to tend to in the village. I think maybe that's what was going on there. I could be a little bit wrong on my viewpoint on that, but it's something I think is quite plausible. And then now we get the shots that I talked about where Egwene in the women's circle initiation is finally relaxed in her predicament and is now just lying on her back and letting the water and the stream and flow of that river just take her on this journey that she's experiencing. And like I said, it's a really beautiful shot. There's a lot more to come from that, where you'll see a lot more of the expanded wilderness. I think this might be a pretty much zoomed in shot from the scene that I saw. So you're not seeing a lot of the kind of wider picture that you will probably see in the episodes once we all get to watch them. Now, this is a really cool thing.
You don't listen to the wind, Egwene. It's the wind that listens to
now,
you.
This is quite obvious what's going on here. And this is one of those, very, personal, intimate moments between the teacher and the student with Moiraine and Egwene, where they're just starting to talk about Egwene's ability to channel the One Power. And this feels like it's one of those lessons that we've read in The Eye of the World, where Moiraine starts to explain to Egwene the fact she can channel, because obviously Moiraine has already seen that, because obviously Moiraine can see when a woman can channel. And not only that, of course, just explaining and teaching her just the very basics of channeling and being able to embrace the source and how to go about that with, picturing a flower in your mind's eye and then that flower, blossoming open. So I think these scenes are going to be really cool to see, and I'm excited to see them. I think they're going to be in, moments of quietness within the episodes where we've got a moment to catch our breath from either side of scenes, perhaps where they've been trying to escape from Trollocs and there might be some fight scenes, and then we've got these very quiet moments where we can catch our breath, and the scenes are a lot more intimate and more one-on-one, and just building that relationship between Moiraine and Egwene as well. So yeah, really cool, and I cannot wait to see that on the show. And then in the next shot, this pretty much confirms what I was speaking just a little bit ago about, where Nynaeve is trying to teach Egwene to listen to the wind, and they're without a doubt on that very bridge, and they're in their moment, in the element of trying to listen to the wind. And this is like that once again teacher-student element of Nynaeve and Egwene's relationship. And I think that's obviously maybe potentially going to be one of the sticking points between Nynaeve and Moiraine as well, because they're going to be like the two teachers to Egwene, kind of fighting one another, because all her life Nynaeve has been the one doing that, and now this Aes Sedai enters the fray and is doing and taking over that role. And I'm sure she does not like this one bit, let alone the fact she despises everything that's happened to the group after Winter Night. So there's like a double-edged sword of having now two separate reasons to hate Moiraine. One of the facts that happened during and after Winter Night and the group having to leave with them. And then now Moiraine taking over kind of her role as teacher to Egwene. And then we get another fantastic look at Nynaeve go toe to toe with the Trolloc in the pool, and it's an extended look, and it's really cool to see what was happening in that. She takes this weapon off the Trolloc, and obviously we thought that was just the be all end all, and it's damn, boom, dead, but it's not. The Trolloc obviously notices and it swipes at Nynaeve in the pool as well, but completely misses, and then Nynaeve just goes which is that is so cool to see. And then this is when the emotional scenes start to happen. It's very hard to make out where they are, but I believe this is actually very much, you're able to get a read on where it is now. This, I believe, the scene with Egwene now having been crying, I am 1000% sure is in one of the White Cloaks tents after Perrin and her have been captured by them. As you can see, just to the far right of the corner, we can see what I believe to be like the entrance to the tent, and you can quite clearly make out there's like these what's the word I'm looking for? The symbol of the White Cloaks is on it with the red kind of, I believe there are stars or something of that sort. But yeah, I'll put a picture on the video right now for you guys to see that, just to give a bit of confirmation on that fact. And then I think straight away after, I'm pretty certain this is another shot of Nynaeve and Lan in the forest during the night, where we've seen in the past teasers, Lan, I believe, is explaining to Nynaeve, your friends are in grave danger, and they should be allowed to accompany them, to keep them in safe hands, and to take them towards safety. And I think this might be what's happening here. And then we got a scene of Nynaeve getting her anger on. I absolutely love that. This is during Winter Night and the attack on Winter Night, and as you can see, they're very much got blood-stained hands and clothes from all the killing of Trollocs, and quite possibly Senbui's blood as well on them. And then we've got, for me, the most emotional moment that I can remember to date for myself, at least. I'm sure a lot of you out there as well will feel the same way, of Lan bringing Nynaeve into the White Tower, and Egwene finally sees her for the first time, I'm guessing in quite a while, which is cool to see, and it's obviously very emotional. And actually, not just that, it's actually cool to see Lan and Nynaeve together, knowing the history from this couple, seeing it. I think, yeah, just seeing that unfold on the show is going to be absolutely fantastic, to see their relationship blossom and unfold, and the trials and hardships that they're going to have with Lan being this stoic wall of lacking emotion in the romance to begin with, at least. So yeah, I think obviously a lot happens where I think they're sticking to the story from the books where they all go off with one another, but Nynaeve doesn't go with them, and I think Nynaeve is going to end up joining them at a later point and then get split up from them all again. I think that's quite obvious from these scenes and just the kind of points in time where we're seeing these moments take place. So yeah, really cool. That was really emotional for me to watch. I don't know why, it really struck a chord with me emotionally, those last 10 or so seconds of this clip. And I know all of us are going to be in the same boat when we're watching the show. I think we're all going to have tears from watching this. People will be on full-blown crying. I'm sure I will be as well. So yeah, just watching it again is setting me off a little bit. Oh man, okay, wow. So yeah, that was really good. And it seems like we're going to be getting one of these every day now. I mean, it's Tuesday, we got one yesterday. It's Wednesday tomorrow. Maybe something else will turn out something a little bit bigger. Who knows? I would be very happy with just another 30-second clip like this again to go over. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you've made it to the end. And if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. And if you have any comments on the clips and what I've discussed about them, leave it in the comments below. And I'll be really interested to see what you guys all made of this scene. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all tomorrow.